All right, hey Cowan Kinders, it's Miss Stevens, and I have Miss Perkins with me today. You guys will see her in a little bit. We are on ELA week 1 Tuesday, and I'm going to go through your activities with you, and we're going to do them together. So first, we're going to start off with phonics. We're going to review our rhyming. Then we will move into reading. You guys are going to learn how to read a book, even if you can't read words yet. And then last, we'll do writing, and we're going to review drawing a person. Okay, so first, we're going to work on our phonics. So I want you to get some supplies out for me. You need your writing tablet that we sent home. You need a pencil. And you can get some crayons out just in case. So you guys can pause this video while you get all of your supplies out and ready. And then unpause when you're ready. And I am going to flip my camera around so that you guys can see what I will be writing. Okay, so I have flipped to the very next page. So let me show you. When you open up, remember yesterday we worked on this page. So we're going to flip to a brand new page. Okay? And then just like we did yesterday, you're going to write your name at the very top. So I'm going to write my name. Just like that. And then I want you guys to write the date again. So it's August. That's the 8th month of the year. So we write an 8. And then a dash. Today is the 18th. And then another dash, and then we're going to write a 20 because the year is 2020. So it is August 18th, 2020. And parents, just a reminder that if your kiddo is still working on writing their name, you have that option of using a marker or a highlighter to write their name for them, and then have them use their pencil and trace it so they get used to forming those letters for me. So just like this. And then your scholar can go right over it and trace it with a pencil. Okay? All right, so let's review our rhyming words before we get started now that our paper is set. Remember, we read this poem yesterday called Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. And remember, we went through and I highlighted the rhyming words for you guys. Wall and fall rhyme, and men and again rhyme. Remember, rhyming words are words that sound the same at the end. So here were some other examples we used. Snake and snowflake. Both ends in that ache sound. Car and star, both end in the R sound. And then you have C, tree, and B, and those both end in that E sound. All right, so today we're gonna do some practice together, and I'm going to give you a word, and we're going to write rhyming words with it, okay? So we're gonna use our color words. And I'm actually going to write them, I think. So we're going to write number 1. Okay, just like we did yesterday. Remember how I told you we skipped the lines so that I can easily see your writing. All right, so first we're going to write the word pink. And now I want you to think of a word that rhymes with pink. If you have your crayon, I want you to get out a red crayon. So get out your red crayon. And I want you to underline right here the I-N-K, just like I do. Because we're listening for words that end in that ink sound. And I said the word think. Does think end in the ink sound? Yep. So think. And I can underline. And if you can think of another word, I want you to write it off to the side and then underline it for me. All right, so we're going to skip your line and then write number 2. And I want you to write the word blue. Blue. All right, we're going to take your crayon and underline the U and the E because that makes that ooh sound. So we're listening for things that make that ooh sound at the end. What's something you wear on your foot that ends with that ooh sound? That's right, it's a shoe. Shoe. And I want you to underline right here again. Makes that ooh sound. So they both end in the ooh sound. If you can think of one more, I want you to write it off to the side for me. All right, skip your line. And parents, remember, you can pause this video at any time to give your kiddo time to catch up, and then y'all just unpause when you're ready to continue. Your next word is red. Red. All right, we're going to use our red crayon. And I want you to underline ED. It makes that ed sound. And let's think of other words that end in the ed sound. What do you lay in at night to go to sleep? Be your bed. Bed. So bed ends in that ed sound. Just like that. And again, if you can think of another word on your own, I want you to write it to the side for me. All right, we're going to skip a line and go to number 4. Your word is brown. Brown. And parents, remember as we're doing this that if your child is still working on forming letters on their own when writing, go back to this highlight method and write it in highlighter for them, and then have them practice tracing the words so that they can understand that formation of those letters. All right, so the word is brown. We're listening for that own sound, so we're going to underline. All right, what would a princess wear on her head? A crown. Crown. And if you can think of another word, I want you to write it off to the side for me. All right, skip your line. And number 5. Your word is green. Green. So we've got that een sound. All right, what do you do when you make a mess? You have to clean. So green and clean both end in that een sound. We're going to underline that ending sound. Een. All right, and then your last one, we don't have enough room since we skip lines, so we're going to go back up here next to number 1 and write it. Number 6. And we're going to do the word black. Black. Underline the ack sound. And can you think of something that rhymes with black? What about if you are piling things up, you put them in a stack? Stack. And then again, if you can come up with another one on your own, I want you to write it to the side, or if you're out of room, you can write it underneath. All right, parents, if your child needs more time to complete this, just pause this video and allow them that time to complete it, and then you can unpause it when you're ready. And then again, just a reminder, don't forget to use this highlight method. If they're struggling to write the letters on their own, just write the word for them and then have them trace it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move into reading. I'm going to flip the camera back around. Okay. All right, so today I'm going to read you guys a story. Actually, no, I'm not. Just kidding. We're going to learn how to read our pictures today. So we're going to look at this book, okay? Let me make sure that the camera can see me good. All right. The title of this book is If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. So if you look at this part of the book right here, this is the front cover. Okay, so you need to know that this part of the book is the front cover. When I take the whole book and I flip it around to the back, this is called the back cover. Okay, so you have the front cover of the book and then the back cover. And then this part right here that holds the book together, this is called your spine, right? Spine. All right, so the title of this book I said was If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. Title is another word for name. This book is written by Laura Numeroff, okay? So Laura Numeroff is the author of the book. That means she wrote the story that's inside the book. She wrote the words, okay? But it is illustrated by Felicia Bonds. And when you are the illustrator, you draw the pictures that are in the book. So the illustrator drew the pictures, so Felicia Bond, she drew the pictures, and then Laura Numeroff wrote the story that is inside this book. All right, when you open your book up, this is called your title page. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to practice reading a book by looking at the pictures. So you may not be able to read the words yet, and that's okay, but you can still look at a book and think about what might be happening. So I want you to look at this picture. Actually, hang on, guys. I'm actually going to flip my camera back around.